learn to talk to new people. But I'd like to talk next about other types of invitations. Galveston is really a funny place, and I know all of you won't be staying in Galveston, but I just wanted to give you some hints on how to decode some invitations. Now, this one happens to be from Dr. Callender, who happens to be the president of the university. So I make very sure that I read all of this. However, this calls for holiday attire. Now, that's a tricky one, because there's a fine line from being in the ugly Christmas sweater outfit and holiday attire. So one of the keys that I'm going to leave you with is the fact that when you call to RSVP, you can ask that person, what are they talking about? What does this mean? Because you will find people come to this and they will have on Tommy Bahama shirts and, you know, khaki pants, and somebody will have on a cocktail dress. So it's a fine line. So always be comfortable. It's always best to be underdressed than overdressed. And just another helpful hint. Okay, this is another invitation. This is for an open house. It's a Christmas open house. It's at one of the finer houses in Galveston. And it is from, let me see, 6 to 10. Now, this is one of those occasions where you need to understand an open house means you don't have to get there at 6 and eat until 10 or drink until 10. Open house implies that you can come and go. And what's interesting about this party is the fact that it is always the same night as the Junior League ball. Now, one of the things about Galveston, it's a 3-tuxedo town. That means that it's a crazy island. It's a tiny, tiny island, but every other weekend there's a formal. And I will tell you that the first year we were here, we had so many wonderful invitations, and I thought it was so fun. Until January came, and my husband reminded me that either I had to get a full-time job so I could go to all of these, because at $500 a clip, you know, it was, so I had to choose whatever. I'm on two. I'm on volunteer restriction. I'm on the School of Nursing and Ronald McDonald House, because otherwise he had to get a second job and he didn't want to do that. So, but I'm just mentioning this. Now I'm going to test you. This is a very interesting one. This is from an attorney, a law firm here on the island. And I just would like you to read it. And you then tell me, what would you wear to this?
Please join the partners and staff of Greer, Hertz, and Adams LLP for our annual holiday celebration. Thursday, December 12th, the Aquarium at Moody Gardens, 1 Hope Boulevard, Galveston, Texas, 5:30 to 9 o'clock p.m. Kindly reply by December 1st. Okay, what do you wear? It's at an aquarium. But look at the invitation. Probably not casual. Probably need to be a little gussier. So, what would you wear? What would you wear? What you have on right now. And I tell you what, this is a law firm. They tend to be more buttoned down. The outfits these gentlemen have on tonight are perfect. But I am saying to you, sometimes, again, when you RSVP, that's the time to say, what do most people wear? Gives you a better idea. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say probably cocktail attire.
You're perfect. You're 100% right. I'm sorry I didn't see you. Well, an A in that department, I'm telling you. Okay, so let's talk about invitations to dinner, because these can be tricky. Now, and they may not come in this format. They may be an email. I might just say casually to someone, but you still must RSVP. Now, when you RSVP, that is the time to say to the host or hostess, I'm allergic to, I'm a vegan, I'm a vegetarian, I don't eat pork, because at the table, it is the worst thing to happen to a hostess or host, to have people sitting around the table who have gone through the bounty that you have laid out, and there's nothing there that they can eat. So everyone would prefer to have you happy, and that's when you tell them. All right? what about a host or hostess gift? When you go to someone's home, it is general practice that you bring something. Everybody knows that you don't have a whole lot of money. We're not talking about let's be honest. You bring a token little gift, just something. One tip I will give you, and that is if you're going to bring flowers, do not pick them up at Kroger or anywhere and just have them in that thing, the little sleeve from the grocery store. The problem then is the hostess has to find a vase someplace, and it takes more time. So, a little plant is fine. Anything that's little, no one really, the party is going to go on regardless of what you bring. Okay, so it's just a nice thing. When you're at someone's home, it is not an open house for a real estate company. By that I mean, you joke, I'm not. So when you invite people into your home, you usually tell them where the facilities are. There is a restroom there, a guest bathroom. You do not expect people to be going through, it is not the house tour. Now, I know you're laughing. Happens. So, just saying. After that, remember to write a thank you note. It does not have to be on personalized stationery. Those days are gone. Darn it. You can send an email. You can call. Just say thank you. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of money to have people to the house. And people just like to know that, number one, you appreciated it, you had a good time, and you just write thank you. Okay. Now, let's talk about job interviews. Let's talk about recruitment. And this is where you need to think about a few things. Number one, who are you interviewing with? Who is that person? Well, you, brainy Smurfs, know all about the computer. You get on there, you Google who you're meeting with, you find out where they went to school, what they're working on, what is the grants, anything you can, and how does that apply to you. Then you take that information and you write your list of questions. What can I ask that person? How can I fit into that program? That person has a program, you need into that program, and you have to make yourself the most wonderful candidate. Now, the reason I brought these two gentlemen up is because they both have on the perfect interview outfits. You only need one, because hopefully you're not going to be doing this forever, but seriously, you need one good outfit. You need one good outfit, and I know it's expensive, and I know money is tight. But if you have one good outfit, all you need to do is have it for interviews. And ladies, the same for you. Whatever, just one outfit that you feel confident that you are presenting the best foot forward. Because they're going to read from you how you feel about you and your research. And as Dr. Niesel said before, you need to sell yourself, but you also need to appreciate what they have so that you can find a place in there. Be enthusiastic, be excited, and look the part. Now, what else do you need to do? Come on. What else do you need to know when you go for an interview?
Eye contact, smile, shake hands.
You're right. You're so smart. Okay. And you're going to take the phone and you're going to shut it off. And trust me, it will be nerve-wracking for a few minutes. You might shake, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And you are not going to text anybody. You're not going to sit in the waiting room. And trust me, people can see you in that waiting room. I want you to sit and I want you to compose yourself. Don't be getting distracted. Think about what you want to say. And the most important thing is if you are going to be doing serial interviews, and we all do. I mean, you know, you have to go here, there, and everywhere. Get yourself in a position where you can look at yourself in the mirror and kind of go through your dialogue so that you know where you are, what you need to be, and you also have to be timely. In other words, you just can't talk to everybody for 15 minutes about how wonderful you are because you don't have that time. So kind of condense it down. After the interview, what do?
Write a thank you note.
Thank you. Okay. You write a thank you note because You want to have a lasting impression. They've seen you, but maybe on that day they saw 10 other people. And if you write a thank you note and say, thank you for seeing me, here's my information, I hope to hear from you. If you need anything, keep it, as Dr. Nisa said, keep it a dialogue. You want them interested. You want them to want you. So, now, one other thing, and that is when you are offered the position, whatever that position may be, when you are offered that position, it is very important that you respond in a timely manner. Because what happens sometimes is, sometimes you're waiting for maybe that, or maybe this. You have to know, it's just like when you were applying to college, early decision. Just whatever, you have to make up your mind, you have to be timely, and you have to give it the attention to detail when you are writing that it deserves. Because this is going to be your breakout position. And the last thing I'm going to talk to you about, and that is, keep your contacts with your university. These are the people who have known you best. They have brought you where you are today. Keep in touch with them, because for a lifetime, they are going to be able to document how fabulous you were during your career here at UTMB. So I say to you tonight, I wish you nothing but success. I know you'll be successful because you're so smart, you're so talented, and you're going to make a wonderful impression in the world. And I just hope these few little notes are made in jest, because I know you know them, but it's such a pressure cooker time in your lives when you're doing these things. And sometimes it's just refreshing to think about these things from a new light. So I thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Niso, for having me. And I look forward to seeing you in the real world.
Let's thank Mrs. Mary Ellen, we have a little something.
I know, and I had my pointer. My
And you
pointer. I've never had
And
a
you can
pointer.
take that pointer home with you.
I
Okay.
know. I'm so excited.
Well, thank everybody for coming. There's plenty of food. There's additional drinks available. Please enjoy yourself. I hope this was valuable. We welcome your feedback. Okay, give us comments back. We always want to know how to do things better. And most of all, have a great holiday, whether you stay here, whether you visit family, or go somewhere else. Good night.